Thank you for staying with us. I'm Florence Armein, and we're still talking to the General Manager of Unilever Indonesia Foundation, Ibu Sinta. Now, let's talk about more specifically about the programs that Unilever Indonesia Foundation has.
Okay, so Unilever Indonesia Foundation is actually really implementing what the Unilever Sustainable Living Plan is being set up as a strategic framework. So we have these three pillars.
Right.
The first pillar is promoting health, well-being, and nutrition. And our ambition globally is to reach 1 billion people. And as for Indonesia, we would like to have at least 100 million.
Okay.
So this is part of our ambition. And then secondly, in reducing the environmental impact, not only reducing the emission, reducing the water use throughout the value chain, and also reducing the waste. Particularly on waste, I will tap on that because Unilever basically producing a lot of products that using packaging.
Yes.
And this packaging is actually creating waste.
Correct.
So unless we're doing something about it, then it's going to litter and really impacting the environment. So we do address this specific issue in Indonesia and trying to form a community program, community-based program, so that we can integratedly doing this with community as well as from the company side. And the last pillar is actually on the enhancing livelihood, where we work with our partners, be it the farmers. So we are working with black soybean farmers, as well as coconut sugar and tea farmers.
Okay.
Those are the three main commodities which basically exist here in Indonesia.
Because it's inevitable for you, like you mentioned earlier, as a large company as you are, consumers product, producing consumers product especially, waste is inevitable. Unless we have found some sort of a technology that doesn't require a lot of packaging, but until then there's a lot of packaging. Now, are you engaging the public as well, and engaging your consumers, creating their awareness that it's also important for them to think about managing their own waste?
Definitely. So within these three pillars, we more or less do the same approach. We have what we call, it's a strategy that we applied, what we call is a 360 degrees stakeholder engagement.
Okay.
So it's really holistic, where we actually put the community really in the center of gravity, because at the end, they're the one who's actually doing it. We, from the corporate side, we simply try to become their facilitator, trying to engage and introduce them to various stimulus for them to be able to conduct that. Because what we want that at the end of the day, that the community can be independent in doing this. It's not because Unilever is there or anybody there.
That it can be sustained for a longer time.
Sustained for a longer time, and it can be also replicated, because that's Indonesia. It's so huge. I mean, you cannot only work in 13 or 14 provinces. We have the rest of 20 provinces need also to be tapped. So our program not only focusing on this partnership. We have government there, we have NGO, civil society, we have academician, we have even local media involved. And in any case, we also collaborating with other companies who have the same vision and interest.
So you're tapping the small pockets of society just to make sure that you have, like you said, a holistic engagement. Now, these 12, 14 provinces that you've worked on, where is the focus? Java, Sumatra? What about East Indonesia?
Okay. At the beginning, I would say in the first 5 years, we were very much focusing in Java. Again, most of the people are there. We have to tap there, and it's actually closed. So it's more on practicality consideration.
Right.
But we also see the needs in the probably past 5 years, that the needs in Sumatra, the needs in Kalimantan, as well as Sulawesi and also eastern part of Indonesia is also there. So we are tapping now the eastern part of the area that we have tapped is actually NTT. so Nusa Tenggara Timur,
Yes.
Kupang area, and also Sumba, Sumba Barat Daya, and so on. So we are tapping that area for a program which is suitable to the needs of the local community.
Local people,
Exactly.
the local community.
Yes.
All right. Now we'll also talk about what we're interested at is the vocational school that a part of the program that Unilever has. Is that did I get that correct? The
Okay.
what we call SMK here.
SMK, we're not having a specific program with them, but we're engaging with them. So there is an examples in East Java, near Surabaya. We have actually a program on the environment program that we have, Unilever environment program, where we have now created what we call community waste bank. So community waste bank is really an initiative by the community to manage their domestic waste independently. They segregate between the organic and non-organic. The non-organic is basically dry waste, which include Unilever packaging. And through all those process of segregation, they're also dealing with the waste collector, or we call it pemulung, it's scavenger. And these, we're trying to create economic value for the community so they can see that the effort that they do in the community does pay off.
Okay.
It's not just a
important for
social
them
work.
to see that, yes.
Exactly. And they see, oh, at the end, I would benefit for that. And that actually make the program sustain.
Yeah.
And within that operation of having this waste segregation, the more we actually process the waste, for instance, from plastic, from name it, mineral water.
Yeah.
If the plastic is being separated, part by part and shredded, and that can create more values.
Okay.
And this was not realized before by the community. And the SMK in East Java was actually helping to build a tailor-made local shredder machine for this community waste bank. And
indirectly, you're
exactly
empowering
add value.
We'll talk about these products and how you help a community to manage and recycle these waste on our last segment. And also we'd like to talk about, we'd like to ask how has the support from the government been in your effort trying to set out this program of sustainable living plan.
Okay.
We'll be right back.